Super Kirby Clash is pretty much Team Kirby Clash, but on the Switch, with that being able to play online, local couch co-op, and having a bunch of new bosses, plus some new gear here and there. And I do have to say, it is better than the 3DS version in my opinion, as it takes everything from the 3DS version, which is Team Kirby Clash, and basically improves on it. Being able to play local co-op, which is probably the best way to play, being able to play online, and adding a ton of new features. Plus, it's free, and although the 3DS version was also free, it was a lot more grindier, I guess you could say, as this game is a little bit more easier in my opinion and more forgiving, I guess you could say, as it adds a new feature, which is party mode, or party clash, I think it might be called. But yeah, you have the story mode and you have the party mode, and each of them have two separate staminas, having two separate vigors, and with that you're able to play twice as much as you would not being able to or not having to wait as much as you would for the 3DS version, where it was only story mode and you would have to wait for a good amount of time unless you want to play again and grind up and get some more experience or fight the next boss or whatever. And yeah, and if you don't know what Team Kirby Clash is, or what Super Kirby Clash is, it's pretty much just a Monster Hunter but with Kirby pretty much, as you have three different classes: Sword, Hammer, Doctor, and Beam, all of them having their separate strengths and weaknesses and skills and all that stuff. And you can play as any one of them and set up your team however you like, but each class has different gear that you can set up, that you can buy from the shop from gem apples. And in order to get gem apples, you either need to complete quests or do passwords for the game. And in this game, it's a lot easier to get those gem apples, which is the main selling point of this game, as like I said before, it's a free-to-play game, and so therefore there's always microtransactions. And I didn't use any money for this game because, like I said before, it's very easy to get gem apples in this game, and it's very easy and possible to beat this game without spending a single penny. And that's kind of the good thing about it. Like, I have the 3DS version, Team Kirby Clash. I've never beaten it because I had to grind so much, and I have to get like the best gear. But in order to do that, I needed to get a lot of gem apples, and you would only get like 10 or so per level, and there weren't that many quests. In this game, there's 900 quests, which is insane, and each of them give a good chunk of gem apples, which are great to get really good gear. And this game only took me about 10 hours to beat, which isn't bad at all. I think in my 3DS account I have definitely more than that, because it takes a long time, and it's very repetitive going through the bosses over and over again and grinding to get a higher level, to get more gem apples, to fight the bosses over again, to get more gem apples, to complete some more quests. And it was just really annoying, honestly. But in this game, leveling up is a lot faster, and because of that, you actually restore your entire vigor once you level up. And because you're constantly leveling up, there's really no pause in between. You're able to fight, gain experience, and although you're wasting your vigor, and you might not get your vigor back because of that time frame, you might get 1, 2, maybe 3 vigor, because you only get, like, I think 1 vigor every 7 minutes unless you do a codex, which you can buy in the shop to make it a lower time. But you're mainly not getting your vigor back, and the only way you're getting your vigor back is by leveling up. And it's such a great concept by letting you battle, letting you have two separate stamina meters, like I said before, the party and the story, And so if you run out of stamina in your story, you can go to party, level up there, both of them are refilled. And it's such a great concept, allowing you to play even more than you have to, or than you kind of are limited to, I guess I should say. And I love that. Like, there was many times where I never had to restore my stamina because I would always just level up and not have to waste 2 gem apples. There was only a few instances because later on in the game, the harder the boss, the more you progress, the more vigor it takes to battle those bosses. But in return, the more experience they give you. And so there was a few times I had to use gem apples to like restore my health, or to get extra time. You get like 30 seconds if you give 3 gem apples and stuff like that. But mostly I just beat them, and even though it was like the recommended level, which is a new thing in this game, they didn't really show that in the first game, or in Team Kirby Clash. They didn't show a recommended level, but I was usually like 10 levels underneath the recommended level. Even for the final boss, I was 10 levels under the recommended level, and yet I was still able to beat it because of the great gear that I got from all the gem apples that they give you throughout the game, which, like I said before, is a lot more than Team Kirby Clash. Plus, they also added the feature of actually telling you when the time frame of when your next rank is. So a big problem that Team Kirby Clash had was that you never really knew when you'd get platinum or gold or even silver. They wouldn't tell you like what time you would need to get that medal. But here in Super Kirby Clash, they tell you once you beat the level, it would be like it would say like maybe 1:30 to get platinum, or 2 minutes and 5 seconds to get silver. And they never really did that in Team Kirby Clash, and I'm glad they do give you that time frame so that you know for next time when you do do the quest over again, you know when to redo it, or when to what time you're aiming for, so that you can automatically restart if you do not get it in that time frame that you wanted to, which I feel like should have been in the original game but wasn't. But I'm glad that they brought it back and stuff. But yeah, this game's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun with more people, and it's kind of the first time I experienced it because I didn't really do the local wireless with Team Kirby Clash. But with Super Kirby Clash, you can play with the person next to you, just split up a Joy-Con or pull up a Pro Controller or whatever, and just play the game. And it's really fun with other people, as well as you don't really have to wait to play again, because like I said before, very easy to level up, and you're just able to run up and go with your party by just leveling up and getting your stamina back. Another cool thing too is that you don't have to have more than one person to do party mode. You would think, oh, story mode's just for single player and party mode's for multiplayer, but you can just do the party mode with just yourself if you don't have any friends, or if you don't have anyone with you at the time. You can just play it by yourself and just experience it with CPUs and stuff. Like, there's not really a difference to it. The only difference between story and party is that story has a story mode and then party has a party mode. And yeah. Anyway, as for the bosses, really cool. They kind of did what they did with Star Allies, where combining abilities, basically the bosses did that. So there's like Venom Krako, which is like a combination of poison and Krako. They had like Spark Bonkers, which is a combination of Spark and Bonkers. They had Mr. Floaty, which was the water type of Mr. Frosty. So really cool stuff like that, and I really love that they kind of add those elements, and it made the bosses like more unique and different as well. Having you have like a different strategy and stuff, and getting to learn their moveset and stuff. And they also brought Nightmare, which was a big surprise to me when I saw it first in the Nintendo Direct, when they brought back Nightmare, and I'm surprised that they did, because that last time we saw him was in Nightmare Dreamland. They also brought back Galactonite and D-Mind, which I think D-Mind was from Triple Deluxe, but I could be wrong about that, because I do remember he had the Halberd towards like the second phase, so it might be him. I don't think he was in the first game, but he might have been. It's been a long time since I played the first game, but I'm pretty sure Galactonite, and definitely I know Nightmare wasn't in there. So it's really cool to see them. And a lot of the armor as well also has references and stuff. There's also stickers, which kind of, it's like a little voice chat thing or like taunt that you can do pretty much to talk to your teammates if you're playing online and stuff like that, which is also a really cool feature that they added, because, you know, voice chat isn't a thing apparently with Nintendo. So you gotta rely on stickers to talk to your online friends. So yeah. And some of the stickers are actually kind of cute. I do like the little stickers, although they do cost gem apples, and maybe that's the reason why they give you so much gem apples for frickin' stickers. But yeah. Anyway, though, I think that's about it. Pretty much covered everything. Really fun game. Again, it's free, so I don't know why you wouldn't get it. Definitely some fun times, and yeah, I was addicted in playing it ever since day one it came out, back when the direct came out. So yeah, really cool. Definitely recommend it. It's free, so even if you don't like it, you don't waste any money. Unless you do waste money on gem apples, in that case, then I don't know what you're doing, because they kind of provide it to you. Because there's actually two passwords. One is Team or Super Kirby Clash in all caps, which gives you 50 gem apples. Another one is in Japanese, which gives you another 50 gem apples. So that's 100 free gem apples right there, which can get you like really good gear right off the bat. Although you have to unlock the higher rarity gear later on throughout the quests and stuff like that. But other than that, really fun game, and definitely an improvement from Team Kirby Clash, and just a really fun game in general. Fun to play with friends and all that stuff. But anyway, that's gonna be it. So thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more reviews right here on Nick. Bye.